Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Seeing some additional cloud cover out there since the earlier briefing this morning, and actually have seen the winds peak up quite a bit more than expected this morning. We did issue a wind advisory, and currently in a wind advisory at this time, seeing peak winds up around 28 to 30 knots. I do expect those to come down as we get into the afternoon, and overall seeing dry conditions prevail. We'll see a disturbance moving through as we move into tomorrow. Later in the day and into the evening, that's going to bring our next chance for some rain activity in the area. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, dry weather over the local area at this time, boundary off to our northwest. We'll be pushing into the local area, but expecting that to move through as a dry boundary, and we'll see an area of low pressure develop in the south central part of the country and track along that boundary and bring that precip potential as we move into the later part of tomorrow. Looking at the upper level winds, seeing southwesterly to westerly winds through the entire column this morning, and seeing our peak wind 60 knots at 25,000 feet. Freezing level is at 10,500 feet. Quick look at the current visible satellite. Again, cloudy over the area, seeing some of those clouds develop just over the southern part of the peninsula, and high clouds continuing to stream through the area that we saw earlier. If we look at the composite radar here, nothing to really look at. Did see a light shower develop just to our south, but that is moving off the coast and not expecting any impact from that. If we look at the high resolution model here, we'll see as we move through the day, dry conditions expected to prevail as that boundary settles in over the area, with just a few light showers passing by to our south possibly, but again drier conditions prevailing. And then that continues into the first part of tomorrow, and then getting into the second part of tomorrow, we'll see a warm boundary lifting through. It's going to keep things once again mild for our Wednesday, and a chance of a few light showers pushing through the area, but the better chance of rain will arrive later in the evening as the cold front behind that starts to approach. As you can see here, the high-res models, not as impressed with this as some of the global models, but looking like a good chance, a likely chance, we'll see some shower activity pushing through, possibly even a slight chance of a thunderstorm embedded with that activity. Also seeing some breezy conditions ahead of the boundary, and then just behind that boundary, we'll see some breezy conditions to some pretty strong wind gusts behind that, as some cooler air starts to move in as we go into Thursday, with things drying back out with more seasonable temperatures building in. Zoom out, looking at the longer term forecast here, starting off Thursday evening, we'll see dry weather will prevail for the extended forecast here. We'll see another reinforcing shot of some cool air as we get into the weekend. We'll have an area of low pressure tracking off the coast. Will bring a slight chance of maybe seeing a few light showers late in the day, Friday into the evening time frame as that passes by off the coast. But it's really going to help pull in some of that colder air into the local area, looking at some well below average temperatures as we go through the weekend and towards the end of the weekend. But then again, drier weather continuing as high pressure builds in, with those cooler temperatures keeping things fairly quiet as we move into the start of next week. So if we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, I should have a red risk for those winds that are above 25 knots this morning, as we are currently in that wind advisory. We do expect those winds to back off a bit as we go into the afternoon. We'll keep temperatures warm with a high around 62 degrees today, and again keeping mostly cloudy conditions through much of the day, possibly seeing some breaks in the clouds later in the day before remaining mostly cloudy through the overnight time frame. We will see a chance for some patchy mist around the area, as we'll see a fairly light wind becoming a bit more onshore as we get to the start of Wednesday, and our low temperature expected around 44 degrees. Tides running normal at this time, and for our Wednesday, mostly cloudy, slightly breezy, particularly later in the day as that warm front pushes through. We do have that slight chance of a few afternoon rain showers, so yellow risk for that threat there, with another mild day, a high around 59 degrees. Bulk of the action moves through Wednesday evening with mostly cloudy, overcast conditions, rain showers becoming fairly likely, with an orange risk here and a yellow risk for that slight chance of an embedded thunderstorm. Not looking too likely, but about 20% chance of that. And then we'll see those slightly breezy to breezy conditions, so an orange risk for those winds that are above 25 knots. And with that shower activity, see some reduced visibilities and ceilings Low expected behind the front of 40 degrees, and Thursday back to drier weather and cooler conditions with a high around 49 degrees. We'll see some slightly breezy conditions possibly lingering early on to start the day for the first hour or two, so do keep that yellow risk for some elevated winds for our Thursday. Looking at the extended forecast, Friday, mostly cloudy overall. That low passing off the coast, possibly bringing about a 20% chance of maybe a few light showers for the second part of the day and into the evening. But once again, a high around 49 degrees. And then behind that low, those cooler temperatures really start to settle in. Only seeing a high of 42 for our Saturday. We'll see mostly cloudy conditions. That low will also bring some slightly breezy conditions, making things even chillier. And looking at our highs, getting in just into the mid to upper 30s as we get into Sunday and Monday, with overall mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions, but still remaining slightly breezy for Sunday. And those low temperatures for those 2 days looking to be around 20 degrees there. So that wraps up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.